the plan. Yay! All right. Welcome, everybody, to the March meeting of C2C Stampers. Yay, we made it. Many of us had spring break last week, and so I know we're all kind of coming back from that. And there's also a lot of storms in central Texas and a lot of tornadoes right now. And so we probably have a few people who are not joining us because of that. Which is okay. It'll be okay. I'm going to go ahead and I'll do some, we'll do some shout outs. We'll do some door prizes. And then I think Lisa is going to try to showcase her project that she did for this month, because she was going to show us how to make this really fun pop-up card. But if for some reason that doesn't happen, that's okay. We will just catch it next month.
I asked her if she'd like to come over here since I did get home.
Okay.
As an option, or wait till next month. Yeah. But
so
okay.
Either way, no big deal. And then I just wanted to say, I wanted to give an extra big shout out to everybody who earned a place at the Better Your Best promotion party that I'm doing. So Candy was running like an incentive for the month, or for the January, February. And I had decided before that I wanted to do something just to promote, all the things that we want. We want people to get qualified. We want you, if you're new to Stampin' Up, to hit that first 900. And that qualified is really interesting. So when you become qualified, nothing really happens for you, but Stampin' Up has done research that when you hit your first 900, you're more likely to stay. Yay! Lisa got sound. You're more likely to stay when you hit that first 900. And so that's why Stampin' Up really incentivizes that and wants you to hit that first 900. So on our team, when you hit the first 900, then you get a fancy, and I have a couple more still here because I ordered a whole bunch from my girl. You get one of our C2C Stamper bone folders, which is super fancy with a cute little seahorse on it. So for those that qualified, we had Lisa who qualified, and we had Bonnie, and we had Mona, and Andy or Andrea Wilson, and Elena. So we had 5 people who qualified, which is great. So your bone folders are on their way. And then we also had a few other people who got into the Better Your Best with other reasons, like they had higher sales this last time span. It wasn't a quarter. It was kind of weird. It was a weird chunk of time. It was like a 4-month time period, but those sales were higher than their sales before. Or we had people who had like Kathleen, that was you, right? And Crystal, and then Patsy Calmer as well has had really great sales as well. And Patsy's been recruiting, and so it's been really busy. So everybody who is coming to the Better Your Best party, hopefully you're coming. It's on Sunday. It'll be on Zoom. I'll be sending you an email reminder about it tonight. I sent out the packets today. I had a plan for what we were going to do, and then I had to pivot because, supply chain. So I won't tell you what my plan is because I might use it for some other time. But what my plan was cheaper than what I ended up doing. So I ended up buying everybody a stamp set, which wasn't part of the original plan. So normally I would do something a little bit cheaper, and then I would do ice cream for everybody. But this time I just got you a stamp set, and I designed 3 cards around it. And we're going to make the cards on Sunday. Bring a beverage, bring ice cream. I don't know, bring whatever you want. I gave up sugar for Lent, so I'm glad we're not doing the ice cream thing anyway. So But yeah, so everybody will be getting from that group, you're going to get the every chapter stamp set, which is a stamp set you might not have gotten. If you did get it, you can always give it away, give it to a friend. But I'm going to show you 3 really cool designs with it and 3 ways to use kind of a large monolithic kind of stamp set and hopefully some fun new ways, because these we have these every once in a while where we get these really cool kind of one stamp sets, and sometimes it's hard to know like how to use it, and other than just like stamping it and coloring it, what are some other things that you can do. So I'm going to show you a couple of fun ways to use it. So anyways, I'm excited about this. That is in the mail. I think Crystal's I'm going to drop off because I'm actually going to be near her neighborhood, but everyone else is in the mail. So you should have gotten an email that had like a tracking information for that. And for those that I thought might be slower, I sent it priority. For those that I thought might get there in time, I just sent it, first class, whatever package mail. So hopefully everybody got that. Candy's event is on Friday night. And if you probably already got the packet for that, if you qualified for that, she sent a little packet, and her packet, it says celebration. So if you got a random packet in the mail, that's where that is. Hey, Kathleen. Yeah.
Can you show at some point in time how to block out the letters in the books? I've seen people do other words in there in case they aren't feeling what I enjoy every chapter of our friendship or whatever it does say. I've never been able to successfully do that. I think like something with like a Post-it note, or
I don't know. I think it's the Post-it tape that they're using. So I have also seen that other people actually cut the stamp, which feels very,
kind of sacrilegious.
Yeah, it does for sure. And especially with this one. So I'm actually going to spotlight this because I had seen that, and I had seen some samples, and I thought, oh, okay, maybe. My issue is I don't really have, I love that I enjoy every just enjoy every chapter, right? So they cut the I out, they cut this out, which I think I could do. I think there's enough spacing there. But this friendship one is kerned in real tight. And so I'm just not sure that I would want to do that. So from what I understand, for most people, they're using Post-it note tape to do this. And I would recommend in this case, especially since this is such a big guy, maybe using the Stamparatus, and going ahead and using the Post-it note tape. And I think that would work just fine. So you Post-it tape it, and then you ink it, and then you can peel that tape off before you stamp it, right? So
as long as you don't touch your project with your hand that you took the Post-it note.
Correct. Yeah, which is probably why using the Stamparatus would be smart, right? Because then you're sort of hands off at that point, and you can just touch the plate. So I think that's why I would recommend the Stamparatus for this.
That makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah. Because I'd end up with ink everywhere. So I'm going to, when we do ours this weekend, I'm just going full tilt, into using the whole stamp. But yeah, lots of people. There's been lots of people doing fussy cutting and this one lady had this crazy layered piece at the top. Honestly, I couldn't even tell she had done it. I was like, okay, whatever. So sometimes I think it's worth it, and sometimes I think there's probably an easier way to manage that. But yes, so that's this weekend, and yay for that. And then I wanted to so we had a bunch of samples from the really pretty waves of inspiration. And so I wanted to make sure that you guys, because we had our 4 from the meeting, I guess I'll show those 4 first. So the 4 from the meeting were these 4. So these are the 4 from your meeting packet. So this month, I was in charge of Candy's meeting. So therefore, we double dipped, right? I did one project prep for the month. And so everybody got the ingredients to make these cards if you said you wanted a packet. And the only difference I made, I used, I think, a different sheet of paper for the background on this one than Rhonda Wade had used. And I made this piece, she wrapped this ribbon all the way around the card front and tied a bow, but that would require me to have a top or a bottom opening card, and I didn't cut it that way. So, and I was already, 20 sheets down the road before I realized that. I was like, all right, cool. So, so I just made a little bow around that, and I think it looks just fine. So I did show how to make these and gave some tips and tricks on Candy's meeting last week before last. And I think for the most part, they're pretty self-explanatory. I also realized we hadn't posted the instructions, so I got those posted on Southern Sweet Stampers. Sorry about that. Candy has done that in the past. Anyways, I did it because I was like, oh shoot, we didn't do that. And then it was interesting to use like some blends on this little pelican guy. Like, so he's got a touch of like soft sea foam on his head, which is really interesting. It kind of gives him an interesting color. And then I think it's petal pink. So soft sea foam and petal pink on the pelican. So, and then I did use dimensionals to, bump up this piece of wave paper and then stick the pier in between the two waves or whatever. So, but it's a beautiful set. And I got some really nice swaps. And so I thought I would show you those. Any questions about the make and takes? Okay. So this one uses that ocean front as well, which I thought was really smart. And then let's see. And so here's like a set. No, that's not that. So this one has like, it uses the bark embossing folder, which I thought was smart. Like if you don't have another wavy type thing, the bark looks pretty cool and nautical, and so like just thinking about cross-selling and like how do we, lots of them use the linen thread or the twine combo. You see lots of twine, lots of vellum, obviously lots of rhinestones, using the foil to like cut out your, some of those cool label pieces. Anything with some sparkle and sheen is nice. And then those are kind of crazy. So I'll show those last. There's lots of triptychs, like having like 3 panels was really, like you saw a lot of that in the cards. This one has like double foil waves. This one's got a lot of that Calypso coral. So they really, leaned into that page, which was nice. Because I don't know that sheet's going to get a lot of play otherwise. This one used the island, the palms, and then it had a couple of the little pebbles down here. And then this is all shimmery embossing paste that they put on top. So it gives it like a crazy texture thing. This one was pretty wild. I do like that the little skinny sentiment fits nice on a lot of things. Can you show those 3 once more? The last 3 that I showed? Okay, let's see. 1, 2, oh yeah, here. These 3. There. Beep. And then, is that good, Kathleen? Better? Okay. And then this one, I wanted to kind of get close to it so you could see they die cut this out. And then they put the wave behind it. And then it looks like they maybe colored it with the marker. I just can't imagine they got a blender brush in there. So they had to have done it with a marker, because then they did it like on here too. And then they like put the palm trees in the front. This was a lot of work. This is a serious endeavor, but you can see that, hopefully you can see that shimmer. And then these 2 were kind of the surprises. This one looked like just another triptych one until Jill read the back and it said window sheet. And she was like, wait, where's the window sheet? So I have seen a lot of people using that netting ribbon with this. I think it looks really nice because it looks like a little net. But then this one opens like this. So this is like insane. And they used the window sheet to like support this wave, and they built a box. Like I've never seen anything quite like this. And they did that waves background stamp here too. It's hard to see, but they did like a tone on tone waves background stamp too. It was wild. But lots of cross, you know, there's lots of opportunities for cross promotion here. And then this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share an album with all of these in our page. And then I'm going to share the dimensions for this one because Rhonda Lewis on our team figured out the dimensions for this one because it looks normal, but then you open it up and it's not normal. And I've never seen anything quite like that either. And so it's really cool, and it kind of folds down. So that's kind of a fun fold. So I'll be posting pictures of those on our page, and I'll put the dimensions for that crazy one on there. Kim got some good pictures actually the other weekend. So yay. So that was a lot of fun. Waves of Inspiration still going, right? And yay for that. I'm gonna go ahead and take attendance in terms of our participants here.
I need to show you what I found at Kohl's. It's my shirt, and I couldn't resist to get it.
It's the wave.
Yes.
Well,
it's the men's section, by the way.
It's a very famous painting. I mean, that's,
it is.
You know,
it's
very much what they
boats on it as well, which I didn't notice because all I saw was the wave.
I didn't know it had boats on it. That's funny. So I'm gonna I got my door prize thing going. We have new colors being announced every day for the last couple of days. So the new in colors are being announced. So we have titled, was it titled turquoise? No, what was it? Tahitian.
Yeah.
Tahitian turquoise? No. Yes. Tide.
Mm-hmm.
Tahitian Tide, yes. And Parakeet Party, or Party Parakeet. And Sweet Sorbet, which I feel like was a color we had at some point. And then today's, I don't know, did they announce it already? I know they were getting close, like it should be right about now. It had a moon on it, but I didn't have people are guessing Parisian something, I don't know. All right, I've got everybody for attendance, so that's good. So new catalog will be live to us on Wednesday morning. The carryover, retiring list, all of that extravaganza, Starry Sky. Is it like a blue, Kathleen? What is it? Nice. Okay, good.
It looks very similar to Misty Moonlight, but maybe a shade differently.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, they're taking away, you know, a brown, a blue, a green, a pink, and a yellow. And so they're giving us, so they're giving us a pink and a green, but a really bright green. So that lemon lime twist was Candy Rattray's favorite color of all time. So she's probably dying over Party Parakeet. It looks like it's going to be a pretty vibrant color. So they're giving us a pink and they're giving us a green, although a really vibrant green. And then they're giving us that turquoise and then another blue. So they're giving us two blues. That's kind of interesting. Wonder what the fifth one will be. Interesting. So a couple reminders. This month is, you have until the end of the month to participate in Candy's St. Jude card drive. You can send the cards directly to St. Jude's. They're targeting teens for the cards. So if you have cards that would be teen appropriate, and then you just post a picture and you tag that on the Southern Sweet Stampers And so if you've got anything that you can send, that would be awesome. And then St. Jude's does send you a nice letter back, a thank you note. So that was really sweet. And then in terms of our team and what we're doing, I'm going to let Lisa go ahead and have her showcase her project for us and how to put it together. And then we'll talk a little bit about what we're doing for next month. All right, let's see. Lisa, you still there?
I'm here.
Okay, let me spotlight you.
You're gonna have to show me how to do this.
Well,
Do I
rotate.
just point my camera
Yep.
down?
Yep, all the way. Yep.
Just like that. Perfect.
Okay.
There we go.
I can't see anything, so you're gonna have to tell me which way to move the camera.
So we are vertical or to your left. So if you want to rotate us, you can rotate us. Can you rotate us another 90 degrees?
90 degrees.
Yes, yes,
This
yes,
way?
yes. Yes, great.
Or
Yep.
like
Yeah.
that?
That might be tougher for you, honestly. If you can go all the way straight or just leave it like that.
Leave it like this?
Right there. Perfect.
Okay.
And then just know that we're sideways, but it's okay. We're a-okay with that.
Okay. Or sideways. Okay.
Yes, it's okay. So the top.
So here's my card.
Ooh, so the top for us is where Stampin' Up is. So if you just want to rotate your card 90 degrees, perfect, amazing, awesome.
Okay. So this is what it's gonna look like. I didn't finish the front of this one, but when you open it up, can you see that?
Yeah, it's so cool.
So that's what it's gonna do when it's done, but it's a different card. So what happens is, so you open it up and, well, hold on. You have a sheet of paper, okay? So if you want to write down the dimensions or you want me to post them later.
Yes, I would love for you to post them, but people can write them down too, and I can put them in the chat too. Go ahead.
Okay. So for the panel strip, that's this, okay? It's cut, the panel strip is cut 10 inches by 3.5. And with the long side across on your scoreboard, like this, okay, you're gonna score at 2.5. So like right here, you know, you score.
Yep.
And then 5, and then 7.5. Or you can just turn it around and do 2.5 again. So are you okay so far?
Yep. Got it.
Okay. And the mechanism is what's kind of tough. So you have a sheet of paper, okay, and it's cut 8 inches long and 3.5 inches wide. And so for the first part, you're gonna score it this way, with the short side across the top. You're gonna score it at 1 3/4.
Okay.
You're gonna just score right down straight. And then you're gonna turn it and you're gonna, this is what you do at 2 1/4, okay? At 2 1/4, can you see it?
Yep, we can see it.
Get your blade out of the way. You're just gonna, like at the very edge and the very edge. You're not gonna go all the way across, right? Can you see that?
Yeah.
You make a little tick mark at the edge, bring it down and make a tick mark at the edge at 2 1/4.
Okay.
Okay. And then at 5 3/4, you're going to do the same thing. So 5 3/4. You're going to do a little tick mark right here. And you're going to do a little tick mark right here. Right?
Yep.
You got me? Okay,
Yep.
so to make a diagonal line, you're going to match this tick mark with the opposite tick mark. And you're going to score. Right?
Yep.
Okay. And then you're going to do it with the other side. Right? Okay, so now you have this sheet of paper with these score lines. Can you see the score lines?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to do a mountain fold against the long side. And you're going to do a valley fold against the diagonals. Right?
Yep.
So then you get it in the little mountain fold thing right here. And hold on. How do we do this? Okay. Okay, you're going to turn it over so it's upside down, right? So there's your, it becomes the valley against the long side,
Yep.
right? Okay, so you're going to put it there. You're going to, like this.
Oh.
Becomes a house.
It's hard to do, but you got to play with it. So you make a house, right? And then you take this. Am I still centered?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you take this and you put the point at the crease of your card, the crease of your card,
Mm-hmm.
and you're going to center it left to right. Doesn't have to be perfect, just centered so it's equal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, what is it? I'm gonna get the glue snot off. Okay, so you're gonna glue very gently. You still good?
Yep.
And trying to pull it into the center so it's not so much at the side, but it needs to go all the way. And then you're going to close it, still keeping it in place. You're going to close it and you're going to rub it in so it sets. And it dries pretty quick. Then you're going to flip it over, right? And you're going to put still hold it in place, okay? And you're going to glue here.
So just on the triangle part.
Just on the triangle part. And try not to get it too close to the edge. So you're going to pull the glue into the center. You know, so it doesn't squeeze out on the edges. You still good?
Yeah.
Do you need the dimensions again?
No, I got them all into the notes. They're in the chat.
It just takes a little bit to dry, not very long. So it's going to open like that. Now I have we're upside down, right? Or there,
Nope.
right?
Nope, you're good.
Okay.
Yep.
So you're going to See, I got a little glue, but that's okay. So you're gonna glue the bottom left corner and the top right corner. So you're gonna fold this in like this and in like this, right?
Okay.
And then you're gonna center it. You're gonna line up the edges, center it from left to right. I can't see because I'm not on top of it. See how you have the little square that says
Glue.
Yep.
but you see the score line?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna stay from the score line up and from the light color over. I did it in 2 different colors for a reason.
Smarty.
Huh?
I said, you're so smart.
Yeah. Can you still see me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's important you only do the top right and the bottom left. So you just kind of flatten it out and unfold it. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but pretty close, or else it's gonna not close as easy.
Whoever figured this out is a genius, by the way. Like, I
Internet.
never would have shanghaied a card like this for sure. That's
And I
pretty
learned
cool.
the hard way that the clear stamps do not do very well with the Stampin' Right markers.
Yes, red
Just
rubber
the-
stamps are better for the marker method. That is true.
Yeah. Am I still centered on you?
Yeah, we're good. We can see it.
Okay. And then to do the inside of your cards first before you put the mechanism down. And I just did like a quarter inch smaller than the paper, like you're layering.
That's awesome.
It's clumsy. Hold on. There we go. So it's gonna close like that.
Whoa, it's magic.
And just kind of open and close it to kind of work it in.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yay.
That's awesome.
Yay.
Yay. Thanks, Lisa. That's great.
Okay.
Those are those kind of folds that you have to see somebody make in person. You cannot, like, you have got to see that in action. So thanks so much, Lisa.
Yay.
Yay.
Good job. Woohoo.
Thank you. Did I go too fast?
No,
No.
you did good. You did great. That was perfect.
you.
So awesome job. So cards like that are definitely ones that whoever gets it will definitely remember. They will definitely be shocked and awed by that one, I think, for sure. So that's awesome. Lisa, I appreciate that you have the patience to tackle crazy things like that.
I
Because when
thrive on that. It's relaxing.
that's so wild for me, I'm like, nope, that's too complicated. Like too many folds, too many pieces. But yes, it's awesome. Thank you so much for showing that. When I saw that, I was like, oh, we have to see this. So cool. Let me go ahead and give some shout outs for last month. Last month we had 4 people who were in the over 500 club, which was Patsy Palmer and Sarah Amuso and Terry Bouquet and Jill Moyer. So yay. Good job, guys. And then we had 1 new person join under, well, we actually had 2 new people join. So Nancy joined with me, and then with Patsy, we had Esther join. So yay, welcome to them. And hopefully we can get them to a meeting soon. So yeah, so this is definitely a meeting that, you know, if you know somebody and they're not here, you can always feel free to message them and be like, hey, where you at? You know, if there's somebody that you want to reach out to and they're not on the call. I think sometimes, you know, we just get caught up and so we forget. So, but happy to see everyone. So, so I wanted to, see if there's any questions around catalog mailer, new catalog. This is kind of a wild time, right? You have, if you earned any celebration rewards, those are available on a demonstrator order. So there's certain levels for celebration, and if you recruit or you have certain sales numbers, then you can earn free product. Those you can start redeeming now. I would wait and use them on new product starting April 1. I did get the list of people who had registered for On Tour. And so On Tour will start next month. It'll be in April. And we'll have a little chat going for the On Tour and kind of what we learn. You cannot share images of the catalog until the catalog goes live to customers in May. So just as a reminder, they also wanted us to keep the new colors quiet until April. So I don't think that that will happen, nor were they very direct about that. So On Tour, so there are a lot of On Tours. They're all in the month of April, and there's like 30 of them. So they span the entire month of April. So I don't know when you registered. You'll have to check your email. And the list I got didn't tell me what days you guys registered for. It just told me that you registered. But when you register for an event, there's a button now that you have to click, and it says like, can we share this information with your upline? So I'm going to post a list of who I got that registered for On Tour. If you registered for On Tour and you didn't check that button, it's possible they didn't tell me. So I'll make sure to post that, and we'll make sure that I know everybody that's going. But yeah, it's like there's 30 different dates in the month of April. And so some people are going all the way at the end of April, and some people are going like April 3rd or something. So you picked a date and time that worked for you. So so the mini catalog stays, right? So we get to play with the mini a little bit longer, but the annual catalog is what we'll be transitioning in April. It'll be last chance purchases for customers. And that'll include the in colors. So definitely, you know, promote that retired last chance list to your customers. It's possible that some of it will be put on sale. And so if there is stuff on sale and there's stuff you wanted to personally keep, maybe, you know, like you're like, man, I was eyeing that stamp set and I really want it, you know. I also would recommend, if you're going to try to resell like your retired ink pads, that you have the re-inker for them. So that's just something to think about. They have more resale value if you have a re-inker. Although I think some of the re-inkers are still on back order or not orderable. I don't know. The ink situation is wild. So every day the inventory status report, and it'll get really wild, I'm sure, over the next couple of weeks. So I see April, yeah, Kim's doing like April 23rd, Patsy's doing like April 7th. Yeah, so we're gonna have a wide variety of days. But I'll post some graphics once the catalog PDF goes live this week, just to get your impressions about what you like and what you're excited about. And then next month will be kind of in transition with the new catalog. Like pre-order will have started. We'll start getting some new stuff in. I had marked next month that we would do a spring sampler, like a team sampler, like we've done before. And I wanted to see if there was interest in that. I know we have a very small portion of everybody here, but would you be interested in doing a spring sampler exchange? Okay, I see Kim saying yes. I know that a few of you did a sampler already, and you beat me to the punch, but you could pick one of those squares that you really, really liked, and then you would have your project planned for you. So, but you would make 9 and send me 9, and you'll get 9 back. If we have more than 9 people, then you'll still just get 9 back, right? But we'll rotate, so it'll kind of be like dealer's choice. But normally we have about 9 people, you know, do this. What color, Patsy, did you guys pick as your background color?
Pool party.
Cool.
Bumblebee.
Okay.
And flirty flamingo.
Because, you know, why not? Yeah, so I think, I mean, those are 3 good spring choices. Maybe instead of Bumblebee, we should do Daffodil Delight, though.
Just
Just because,
way.
yeah. So those can be the 3 background choices: Daffodil Delight, Pool Party, or Flirty Flamingo. I think those are 3 good choices, and they're in a lot of the DSPs we have right now. So I think those are good. But we'll just stay away from Bumblebee. So since it's going away. Okay, so I'll put a sign up for that. And I'm writing myself a note, because if I don't, it's not going to get done, because that's the kind of week we've been having.
When do you pre-order?
So we'll pre-order, we'll start pre-ordering April 1.
April 1.
Yeah, but it is a limited pre-order, so it's not going to be the whole catalog. I got confirmation on that from DS because I was curious. So, you know, with pre-order.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So we can't order from the full catalog until until May, right?
Right.
Okay.
They'll have a selection of items for us to pre-order from. Sometimes there's stuff we love, and sometimes there's not stuff we love. And so it kind of just depends. Most likely all of the new in colors will be part of that pre-order. That's usually part of what they include, is the in colors, the in color paper, the in color ribbon, the in color, if they have rhinestones or something. So they usually have all the new in colors, and then they usually have maybe 4 suites, a few extra stamp sets. There's, you know, probably 30 to 40 items that we can select from. So it's important when you look at the new catalog to decide, what do you really love, you know, and what do you need to start planning. You know, if you want to do an open house or a class, or you want to do an in color club, or, you know, what are the things that you absolutely need, but make sure you're not purchasing just to purchase something, right? Like if you don't love it, don't get it. I truly believe that. Like I don't, you know, there's this whole like, get something you don't love so you can test yourself. I'm like, yeah, I don't need to be tested. I'm good. Like I know what I like, and I'm gonna get what I like and not get what I don't like. So but yeah, that'll be April 1, and then the full catalog is May 1.
Melissa,
Yes.
have you ever considered doing like a bundle for all the in colors with like the marker or the blends, like just to make it easy, like add to cart, get it all same
one code? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we have requested that. The leaders have definitely requested that, because we've also requested one code for like the minis, but that's crazy. Like, you know, add to cart, you know, but yes, that has been requested. So I'll be curious to see if they do something like that. I mean, because if you're going to get the ink pads and then the, you know, like, why not? I mean, if you're going to do it, you're going to do it probably. So,
Right.
Well,
I
maybe
know
just not the
Sarah
12.
had shared previously how successful her ink club color has gone. And it's just
Yeah.
like, hey, you can do this, or we can do it one by one, or like, here's the advantage of doing it all at once. I think they might sell more than what they probably originally planned by doing it in a bundle form.
Yeah, and I'll be curious to see if the inventory is deep enough to manage that, right? Because then, once one piece goes out of inventory, then like that code basically becomes useless,
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting to see. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely been, and it's something where, you guys have access to the sandbox too. And if there's something that, you should sandbox your ideas. Like real people read those every week. And they route them to the right people. It's not just like some like drone at a desk. Like it's, they're like, oh, this is about product, or this is about, punches, or this is about ordering or whatever. And they put them in the right people's hands. So, anytime I have an idea, I put it in the sandbox, or if my customers do too. And my customers love hearing like, ooh, the sandbox. Like that sounds so, like, thank you, for valuing my idea and putting it in the sandbox. So, but yeah, it's a good question. Catalog mailer. So catalog mailer selector, mailing selector ends March 31st. So if you're going to send an annual catalog, you need to get that done. So you can send your own annual catalogs by going to the post office and getting an envelope. And
expensive.
To mail them through Stampin' Up?
No, to mail them through the post office. I've already done that. It's cheaper through Stampin' Up.
It is cheaper. So because the annual catalog is so expensive in the United States, the catalog mailer selector for the annual catalog is cheaper than buying it yourself and shipping it yourself. The mini, you can get away like a little bit cheaper because it's lighter, but yeah, the annual catalog is very expensive to ship. So now some people like to include like a personal note or a sample bookmark or a ordering sheet or whatever, but you could also just send that later yourself, directly to them in a cute little card and say, hey, I sent you an annual catalog. Here's some goodies to go along with it. Let me know if you have questions, So, and I will say, like, I don't send annual catalogs to anyone. Like they have to have ordered within the last year. If they haven't ordered within the last year, then they get dropped from the list. So be selective about that because it adds up. So, but it's a good expense, and that's definitely write-offable. So, okay, I've got some door prizes. I saw Sarah joined us. Hey, Sarah, are you safe now from the tornado?
Yes. Apparently, it went right over Kalahari.
Yes, it completely tore up Kalahari.
Destroyed Kalahari, like lots of cars, lots of windows, everything shattered.
Oh my God.
That is so close to my house too. So,
Yeah.
so
No, it was very close. I was very, and it went over 35 and like picked it up cars off of the
35 and 45.
Yeah.
And it seems like it was still going. They've been talking about that one for quite a while.
I know. We just don't get tornadoes like this in Central Texas. This
Not
is
an
bizarre,
outbreak like that.
No, this is wild. So
I think Chicago is still talking on CBS as we speak right now about tornadoes in our viewing area.
I'm sure they are. The weatherman hasn't had a day this exciting in a long time. He's pretty jacked up. So
I'm sure Jim Cantori is excited
for sure. So the 2 challenges for next month. So for this month, if you got the Heart and Home Memories and More card pack, this month you can post your creations on the page, and I'll enter you into a drawing. I think Sarah has done that. And then a list of 10 people to send a catalog to. That was the other challenge for the month. And that's currently still running through the end of March. And then next month, I'm going to run a monochromatic challenge. So make some monochromatic cards. I know, Kathleen, you had one that was monochromatic, so you can enter that one in. And then any kind of creative organization. So if you've got a fun way that you store your punches or your buttons or your, oh God, Crystal, you okay? What just happened?
I'm sorry.
Do you not have fun ways?
Creative organization. I was thinking where shall I begin? But no, then I realized I was unmuted. I'm sorry.
I think it's great. For those of us working in small spaces who might, store things in crazy places. But I think it's great. It's awesome to see other people and how you manage things. And it could be as simple as like, I have two like clear Stampin' Up! Cases. I'll use one for rhinestones and one for other embellishments, or it could be, it doesn't have to be complicated. And it doesn't have to be expensive, and it doesn't have to be like Stampin' storage, right? Like this is just like, for instance, I've been doing some extra die cutting, and I've been storing it in just like an old wood mount box that I have. And it's just nice to have like extra die cut pieces like ready to go. Like when I'm ready to like stamp a sentiment or something, it's so nice just to have like a set of these ready to go. And then this is not Stampin' Up, so don't report me. But my friend had this die, and it was at the Charleston retreat, and I'm sure some of you will appreciate this. Some of you will not, but some of you will.
What is
yes.
it?
Well, there. Some will appreciate it and some will not. Let's just say that I cut quite a few out. I'm prepared.
I want one.
I know. I was like, and I'll be taking requests. Yeah, that was, but it's nice to have a little box that you can store, like it's nice to have pre-cut little pieces that you can put your sentiments on and stuff. So it could be stuff like that. It doesn't have to be anything major, but look through your space and just, share. We have a lot of new stampers and we have a lot of new crafters, and I'm sure that they would love to, see how you store things. So, all right, so I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to have you guys show us some projects, and then I'm going to do some door prizes. So who's got fun stuff to show?
I did.
Yay, Lisa. All right, let me spotlight you before you do it. Oh, yeah, that was a really pretty one today.
So pretty.
That's beautiful. Did you color that?
Congratulations on reaching a whole new level of wonderful.
Lisa, did you color all of that too?
Yes, I did. That's a stamp, and I colored all this. I cased it off of Pinterest.
Yeah, but
inside.
I mean, there's cases and then there's cases, that's gorgeous, Lisa.
What do you mean?
Really pretty. Well, not everybody can case like that. Like we call it nailed it, or failed it, right? Like, you nailed it.
Good job.
Very nice. All right, who else has something to show? See if there's anybody else. Yeah, Crystal, you've been on a you've been creating.
Yeah, so am I unmuted? I guess so.
Yeah.
So I have decided that I need to be more ahead of the schedule. So I've committed myself to, at the end of like my work day, to make at least 3 cards every day, no matter what it is. Same card, different card, whatever. And then I came down with laryngitis, and so couldn't talk for like a week and a half, couldn't go to work. So anyway, I've made about 95 cards so far for the month of March. Wow. But some that I'm really, I won't show you all 95, but some that I'm really proud of. So graduation's coming up. So I did this one here. Can you see that?
That's beautiful. Yeah.
And then definitely wanted to play with the windmill and the In the Moment lady.
Wow.
Had to get some ocean waves in there.
Yeah.
So you were talking about cross selling or whatever. So this is the crane DSP, the cloud.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And then this is forever ago waves or whatever. But
oh yeah, I remember that.
And today when I got off work, I did this one here. Everything is embossed. So this is from the Versatile Vines or whatever. So I embossed the wording there, the vines in black, and then I embossed her in silver, and then I just sponge blend, whatever it's called with that. And then during the meeting, I've been wanting to do more of like the puns or more of like just the funny sayings. But one of my favorites is your friendship is as brag-worthy as a dress with pockets. And I've really been wanting to do that. But I don't like really stamping anything on the inside. So I made it in the front. And so I just used the lady for the dress. Now I know she doesn't have pockets, but it's the Jill Moyer, but it's the only stamp that I had that had a lady and a dress. And I wanted to go with like super bright colors. So
she might have pockets. I mean, we don't know. There could be some sneaky pockets
for you, Jill, if you'd like. But I learned
that's an A-line dress. There ain't no way there's pockets in there.
But I learned from
slip pockets.
I found out from the Whimsy Christmas die cuts that we had last year that it was just different and bright colors, and it seemed like people really like that. So I'm trying to brighten up my color scheme is what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, because you do a lot of like you do elegant and dark well. But yeah, I saw a lot of fun and a lot of beautiful stuff. So I'm glad I follow you personally, because then I get to see.
Oh yeah,
you post a lot of that.
Yeah, I didn't stamp all of them, but I was really, I mean, there's other ones too, but those were the ones that I think I liked the most so far.
And I would love for you guys to post these in the page too. Like feel free to post them in the page. You know, I'd love to see them. You know, the more we share, the better. So, oh, let's see, got it. Let's see. Everybody still hear me? Are we still okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Crystal might have frozen, but okay. Who else has something to share? Oh, and I see Elena's got something too. Let me go to Elena because her card is up. And then, ooh,
I like that.
Elena, that's beautiful. Oh, you did a slimline.
I like that.
That looks great.
You are perfectly unique. Oh, I love it.
That's nice, Elena.
Pretty.
Ooh, the ladybugs. Is that a pink? Are they pink?
Yeah.
Pink and navy.
I love it.
Misty Moonlight and Flirty Flamingo.
Oh, nice.
Garden.
I love it with that paper. That's fun.
Hi, Devin.
Hey,
it's just so beautiful outside, and we're watching like the clouds and the lightning, and it's just had to be outside.
Hey, I'm cool. That's awesome. Those are
Thank
great,
you.
Elena. Good job. Yay. Okay. Let's see. Sarah, you've got something to show. Let me spotlight you.
My case that I started at the retreat.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We did this, and I got home and I could not find all of my half sheets of pool parties. I had to recut them.
Oh,
help me. And then we did this one, which was a waves, and this was my sample.
Oh, I love that.
It actually looked better when it actually was done. And then I did one other with waves, but we had a very tired group this month, so I ended up giving my waves one to somebody who just didn't feel like stamping, but came anyway.
Could you hold that back up, Sarah?
Yeah, so this is a case from Pinterest too. So
I'm gonna take a
cream, and then this is the shimmer paper, the Mother Pearl. And then this the sample had like grass, and I didn't have any grass, so I just used the weird aloe piece from the plants set.
Do you have a window in there?
No, it's just cut out. Yeah, not a lot of room to write. If you're a non-writer, this is a great card for you. You probably could do this piece as a fold out that way if you wanted a lot of room to write, but
you could put white on the back of the card to write.
Yeah, and of course I cut mine wrong the first time, so That was my crazy sample, but I would almost do this piece as a half sheet and have it open but it was fine for what it was. We put some Lucas Stella
Hey,
on.
so Sarah, one thing I noticed is you caught the edge of that bird as well on your stamping, and that happened to me. Yeah, so I ended up cutting that edge of the stamp off.
Yeah.
Because I kept catching that edge when I would stamp the little bird. So don't be afraid to cut the edge of your stamp off if it's causing you issues.
Back in the day, we had to cut all our stamps. Like all of the red rubber were not pre-cut. You got a sheet with the stamps on it, like in there that raised, and you had to cut with craft and rubber scissors and cut around them all. So you're all lucky now, but yeah, don't hesitate to do that. I was totally rushing when I did that one. Literally, people were walking in my door and I was still making samples. And actually, I had 2 cards I had made samples for, so I demoed them as I was getting people ready to make the cards. So, not that you should be last minute, but that's always an option, like, demo. And the other one of the ones that I made, the other one that I made was with the pieces that look like watercolor. And I literally was like, okay, we're going to use this blue. Let's see if we want to do it full strength. Nope, don't want to do it that way. Let's stamp off first, and did it that way. So I kind of like showed them, teach someone how to fish and kind of thing. So it's okay to like try things as you're going along. And if you don't like it, do something different. So that's kind of what I did this month. I was really far behind. I had everything cut, but just not set up. So
it's okay. We've definitely had
I told them at like 9 o'clock, I was like, okay, everyone go outside and come back in again. I'm ready for you now. They know to know me is to love me, right? Last minute, Lucy.
That's funny. Let's see, Jill, did you have one to show?
Yes, I think I don't know if I showed waves or not last meeting, the waves that I had done. So I'll show those too. I've been working on pet sympathy cards.
Nice.
And I got the nice little clouds up in there from the one die cut. And then this is like one I cased one of Melissa's
samples
cards, and I did happy birthday on it instead. That was a fun one. And this one I designed.
Still available? Is the cloud punch still available?
Yeah, unless it's on back order, but yes, it should still be available.
That's pretty.
This one I ended up looking at a photograph where it had the wave and the sunset in the middle, and that's what inspired this one. So that was a lot of fun to make. It was very labor intensive. But
will you not be teaching that one?
Actually, one of my customers last week did it. I was shocked that Joanne went outside the box and did it. She did a very nice job. It looked different, her sunset, than mine did. That's the beauty of that. So she really loved it, and she learned a lot by doing that. I let them pick their 3rd card and then gave them the supplies. Because I was like, I don't know which one, somebody wants to pick. So, and then I have this one with the wave. I embossed clear and white on it, and did the heat tool. That was interesting. I did the clear first and then took all the stuff off, and then I did the white, so I could at least save each of the embossing powders that way. And then I just took this ribbon because I didn't have anything on me, so I just took the iridescent ribbon and colored it with balmy blue, and it looks really cool. And then the last one I did was with the pelican, and I just tore the DSP and then did the crumb cake with some grunge to have, what do I want to call it? Another texture on the crumb cake, so it's not so boring. So those were mine.
Beautiful cards.
Yet.
Yeah, those are beautiful. Good. Anyone else have something they want to share? Anyone else been crafting? Kim, you got something?
Yeah, I mean, I finally caught up on my paper pumpkins at the retreat in Charleston, so that was a lot of fun. But I did this with the waves and I thought that was really cool. I just like the DSP and I made it into a shaker card. So I
Is that
took kind of like that snow globe thing and then
Oh,
put like some of the so I think I had like the snowflakes and stars like glitter or shaker thing. So I picked out the snowflakes so I could fill it in with stars since that's what I had with me.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe you picked out all the snowflakes.
I did. Yeah, I don't think you realized that. I was like, well, you can't have snowflakes with a pelican at the beach. So
I'm not sure I would have noticed, but
and then my
Hey, we've
contraband
had snow
card.
on the beach here in Texas last year. So yeah, it does happen.
that's true. Yes, and the contraband card.
Yeah, the
So.
contraband card. I did
Oh,
cut out a lot
God.
of that.
That's
And then I
good.
had fun with the stack, shuffle, and cut. So I did a bunch of that with like a bunch of different like
oh,
DSPs.
nice.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
And then I
a
finally
nice
made
spread.
all of my monthly calendars. Now I just have to send them out.
Hey, it's only March. There's
I know
still
I've already like
3/4 of
pre-torn
the
them
year
to
left.
March. So yeah, it's all good. Yeah, see, they're all done.
Yay! Good job. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Productivity is wonderful. All right. Anyone else have a project they want to share?
I was gonna say, my
Is that a
last
blank piece of paper? Yeah.
mine from retreat. This one
Let's
was
see.
this was very fun, and I had a great time with
Oh.
this challenge. And since then, I've had company, and you know the rest. I've been hiking for 3 days, and just got home today. So
Yes,
tomorrow's stamping starts.
hold it still for us though. Like hold still. I was like, freeze,
Right.
lady. She moves so fast that you can't see the card. So sometimes you just gotta freeze her. She's always on the move. Good, awesome. All right. Well, good job, everybody. I am going to draw a couple of door prizes and then I'll open it up for questions. Yeah, Mary, would you like to help draw door prizes? Okay. All right. So here's what we have for door prizes. So we have 2 sets of classic matte dots. We have a, you can just maybe it's okay. Like this is just a pile. You can just draw one out of the pile. We have a set of the 2021-23 in color jewels because I still think they're gorgeous. And those colors are still good for a while. And then we have rhinestone waves, jewels, and then we have the wonderful gems, the red and the gold, which is really pretty. So who is our first winner, Marianne? Let us see. Dun, 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 dun. Elena! Elena, what would you like?
I would like the color ones. I
The
use
in
those all.
colors?
Yeah, I have like 3 of them, but I use them all the time.
I know, I really like them. They're
Thank you.
honestly some of my favorite. You're welcome. All right, next one. Let's see. Who do we have? Who do we have? Kathleen.
I will go with the bottom left.
The waves.
Yeah.
Oh,
What do they
yes.
look
Good.
like? Oh, those are pretty.
Yeah, these are,
right now.
yeah, these are gorgeous.
Last time.
All right, let's see. Next
I got
person.
free embellishments. With
Woohoo.
$7.
Oh, let's see. Someone's unmute yourself, I think. Kim. Okay, yay, Kim. Would you like
Yeah.
wonderful gems, classic matte dots?
I would love wonderful gems, please.
Very nice
Thank you.
choice. All right, the next 2 people will get classic matte dots, whether you want them or not. This is not like the bronze copper trim thing, but you know, I'm just saying, I might have had a few. Patsy Palmer, congratulations. Classic matte dots for you. All right. And one last classic matte dot is Kim. Yay!
Hey,
All right.
thank you.
Good job, everybody. So the classic matte dots, just in case you don't know, they have white, very vanilla, basic gray, and black. And it's a nice range. And they're cute. The little ones are really little. Like it's kind of hard to show, but like here's like a rhinestone. Like they're even smaller than like our tiny rhinestones. I don't know. They're really cute. So Anyway, yay, everybody. Good job. Oh, yes, we will. Marianne, here, I'll put it here underneath my camera. We, you know, because of tonight's activity, we apparently Marianne decided to draw a tornado this evening. Inspired. Yes, inspired by real life. So, you know, it's always fun to see cars being, you know, picked up off of I-35. So these are just trees, though, just, you know, so we're clear. Any other questions before I stop the recording or anything for the good of the order? All right, I'm going to stop the recording. That way our friends can